5:30 in the morning, first day of the vlog. 12 weeks out from mine and my fiance Leanne's move to our farm in Kentucky. We bought 60 acres and yeah, we're gonna go chase some dreams. Big ass crane. So I'm gonna have to get back to you guys after work because everything behind this fence is top secret, and Intel will probably shit a brick if they see this vlog of me inside. So I'll get back to you when I get off work. Just like that, 10-hour day, done. Oh God, 102 degrees out right now in Portland. So anyways, yeah, we got 12 weeks until we are gonna skip out of the pandemic or the rat race. I like pandemic because it's like, you know, there's like a pandemic on obesity, heart attacks, debt, overworking, basically like financial slavery, being out of touch with your food, where it comes from. You know, people are like, beef is killing the world. They don't even know where beef comes from. Neither do I, but me and my fiance are looking to, you know, we're gonna find that out. So this vlog is kind of just, I don't know how many views it's gonna get, but it doesn't matter about the views. I just need to start putting out content, and hopefully our followers can look back on this, maybe if we do pick up or take off, and they'll be able to say, oh, this is where these people started. Because I mean, I watch, you know, Justin Rhodes or Sow the Land, Mr. Chickadee, or families that are out doing stuff, and I always wonder, I'm like, how did they start? You know, did they sell their house in California and they had a bunch of money? What do you do for work right now while YouTube isn't paying your bills? There's a lot of variables. You know, you just see what's on, you just see what they want you to see, and that's all I plan on showing you. But I mean, I'm gonna be more open about my financials because I feel like that matters. You know, people need to get inspired and motivated to go pursue their dreams, and it took us a while to figure out how to do it. I mean, ever since I was in the Marine Corps, I wanted to go live in a yurt in the forest, and I just didn't know how I could afford that or make it happen. And I think that we're on track to do that. The farm does have a house. We're not going to be living in a yurt immediately unless we rent it out. The goal is to be mortgage free. Ideally pay it off fast, but if we could have a renter paying our mortgage and then we get 60 acres to do whatever we want, I'll live in a tent for that. We're in 12 weeks, we're going to be in Kentucky. I'm going to be leaving my job. I have no idea what I'm going to be doing for work in Kentucky. I'll be collecting unemployment for a while. The American dream. And I'm just going to play it by ear. Hopefully I can become self-employed. If not, I'm going to go do some pipe fitter shit. Ultimately, I think me and my fiance Leanne, our plans are just to live like a more sustainable life. And I mean, and I'm not only talking about food. I mean, we bought our land and a good portion of that is forest. So we want to obviously do some not permaculture. You know, you got goats out, silvopasture. Yeah, we want to do some silvopasture stuff, but also the trees we drop, I want to build a house from scratch, do some timber frame stuff. There's a lot more to being sustainable than just knowing where your food comes from. I would say sustainability is a short commute or working within your neighborhood so you're not... I mean, I've been commuting my whole adult life, like mostly an hour to work, probably 2 hours home, and that kills me, kills the environment, literally kills people. It's not good for anything. It's bad for your family life, bad for you. So I think sustainability is living small. Somebody in the comments just tell me what your definition of sustainable is, because I'm blanking right now. I don't want to say this would be like a financial podcast, but I am going to be open with you, the audience, about my finances, how we did this. Like I said, I feel like that's very left out in a lot of these YouTubes, where it's like just some chick that's like, haha, this is my garden on all this property and it's beautiful and great, and you're like, what do you do for work? How do you afford that? How do you pay your mortgage in your town? So yeah, we're gonna kind of try to Dave Ramsey it. Before we moved out here, we sold tons of stuff. I mean, I've paid off like $20,000 worth of debt just from selling stuff, and then we had to put like 50 grand down on our house. I didn't have 50 grand. My fiance is really good with saving money. She's a wedding photographer, and she had half of that in her savings account, and I had to make half of that appear. So I sold a truck I was building, I sold welders, I sold tools, I sold vehicles. I'm really good at spending money. Luckily, I spent my money on stuff that I could sell quickly to get the funds together. You know, I mean, I'm just kind of trying to escape the rat race. Like I said, a pandemic, as I described it. We just had this guy last week that passed away at work from a heart attack. Late 50s. We work 50 to 60 hours a week. I'm sure he was stressed. It's really sad, and I don't want to die that way. I mean, I know a lot of old guys that I work with, they're like ready to retire, but they just bought a new fifth wheel, they got a mortgage, they got a truck payment. It's like they can't even afford to retire. I mean, I think that our lifestyles are so fucked up in America to, you know, we're buying shit to impress people that we don't even like. Tyler Durden quote. I could relate to that 100%. My life is filled with bullshit that I don't need to impress people that I don't like. But that's kind of where we're going with this whole Homestead thing. I'm gonna go work a job making a lot less money, and I'm okay with that. I mean, our mortgage is extremely cheap compared to living in Portland right now, working construction. It's like $1,500 a month for our rent. I went through my apprenticeship in San Jose. Our rent there was like $3,600 a month. So yeah, $1,200 a month mortgage is nothing. I think I could work at Walmart in Kentucky and pay that. But I mean, I'll be valuing things a lot more in my life than a new toy. I know money helps because life's a shit sandwich, and the more bread you make, the less shit you gotta eat. But it is what it is. I mean, you gotta weigh the odds. I've been trading hours and hours. This whole year I've been working at least 50 hours a week. It's exhausting. I know some of you out there are probably like, that's nothing. But it's rough, and I'm ready to move on from that. So in 12 weeks, we're gonna be, I keep saying that, it's really weird, but we're gonna be out in our homestead. A house on 60 acres in Kentucky. It's not a homestead until you have chickens, I've heard, or a garden. But the dog's gonna love it. This is my little puppy, Waylon. That's why we bought the place. I had to get the dog a farm. Yo, Waylon, say what's up to YouTube.